Welcome everyone. Today we are here to discuss upon the topic who's Valmiki. Valmiki. This Valmiki is none other than the creator of Ramayana, the one who wrote character sketch of Lord Rama. Our topic will discuss about his caste. In the identity politics, the caste of Valmiki is one of the controversial topic of current era. Several scholars, especially from the upper caste, are claiming that his caste is Brahman. They took reference from several Puranas, at least from 7 Puranas, and through these they are saying that the caste of Valmiki was Brahmin. And the first reference that they took from Purana is from Padam Purana. And then the second is from Vishnu Puran. The third, Bhagavad Puran, that is followed by Narad Puran. Then comes Agni Purana and Linga Purana. Thereafter comes last, that is Garuda Purana. In these 7, we are having the caste of Valmiki, that is saying that he was a Brahmin. In response, several other scholars came and they give reference of Oriental scholars, and these Oriental scholars are those who are saying that the caste of Valmiki was Valmiki, that is part of SC, or you could say Dalit. The first or the earliest reference we have is of Valmiki as the guru of sweeper caste. In derogatory term, they are called churas, the sweepers. And one of the earliest instance of this is R.C. Temple's book, The Indian Antiquary, a journal of Oriental research. Here he published an article in 1883 November, and Valmiki is called Guru of Sweepers. The same person, R.C. Temple, came in a book again, and that is The Legend of Punjab, Volume 1, 1884, page 5 to 9. Here, Valmiki is presented with the reference of Lal Beg. That is very popular in the area of Punjab. And then another Oriental scholar, H.U. Vettard, in the work Indian Notes and Queries, 1887, he preferred views of R.C. Temple. And again, in Indian Census 1891, volume 19, titled The Punjab and its Feudatories, that issue later on come in the year 1893, they are again presenting him the guru of sweepers. And again the Time newspapers, that newspaper Times of India, describe Valmiki as the guru of sweepers, again the somewhere around same time. And then H.V. Russell and Rai Bahadur Hira Lal's book, The Tribes and the Caste of the Central Province of India, Volume 4, 1916, too called Valmiki as the teacher or guru of sweepers. So there is a clash of identities, not only among the scholars but on several topics, especially the caste. So if we look at the past, then Purana are the eldest source, earlier sources, but these Oriental sources are different. In criticizing Oriental research, we could say these were written by the foreigners in order to criticize Indian tradition. That is why they are calling him the guru of sweepers. But these Oriental are again criticizing Indian scholars on the ground of that these Purana, which are used as the primary source by Indian scholars to describe as the caste of Valmiki as Brahman, they criticize these Purana on the ground that their dates are not confirmed. These Puranas are not written by one person, they are changed over the time and again. One of the earliest critique is Ludo Rocher, and he described that Vishnu Purana is contested as any other source, and he questioned the date of that. And several other scholars, that is like Cornelia Dimwit and J.A.B. van Buiten, in their work The Classical Hindu Mythology, a reader of in the Sanskrit Puranas, that they too follow the same. And not only these Vishnu Puranas, they are saying date, time, era is not confirmed, and several new things are added and deleted and even replaced or erased by the scholars to prove their point. And to show that how things are added and deleted, we can use two examples of Ramayana. The first example is Ramayana, that is of Valmiki, and second is of Tulsidas, Ramcharitmanas. These two works published a gap of several years, or you could say centuries, but there is difference between two works. If we go to Ramayana of Valmiki, then the Sarg 76 describes Sambhuk Vadh, that is how Lord Rama killed Sambhuk for practicing Vedas and other things, but same incident is not mentioned in Tulsidas Ramayana. On the ground of these points, Western scholars are saying, like Rocher and others, that some scholars that are not Dalit, they are changing the narrative, and this narrative changing is very important, and on this changing narrative is based the identity politics of Dalit. In case of this identity politics is a type of trap in which academics are going. So there is always some contradiction about the caste of Valmiki. About this contradiction, we could use Mao Tse-tung theory, and Mao Tse-tung often says that there are a lot of contradiction and unnumbered problems in Chinese society, and he is saying that contradiction among people include contradictions between working class, and that peasant, intelligentsia, national bourgeoisie and other. And if we look at this quotation, that is intelligentsia, so the contradiction about the caste of Valmiki is created by intelligentsia. And if we go back to the past, then right of education is not reserved for Dalit people. They are not allowed to get education of any type. So mostly the education is the right or the birthright of upper caste. So whatever they say is the education. Critics believe that once education is reserved for one group, they will often change the narrative, and such thing is happening with the caste of Valmiki. Not only the caste of one person is changed, and several scholars like Sambhuk Anmol and Sambhuk Anmol give reference of Lord Buddha, and they are saying that Lord Buddha, that is Gautam Buddha, was the 28th on number. So there were 27 more Buddhas before Lord Buddha or the Siddhartha. But if we look at their date or the timeline till they lived, if we go to the Jataka tales or the Indian scholar Bhagwan Das that he published in his book, then we look at the life of Buddha. If we go the fourth Buddha, that is Dipankar Buddha, it is believed that he lived more than 1 lakh years. And similarly, Mangal Buddha 9,000 year, Suman Buddha 90,000. Again, Kodindya Buddha around total 1 lakh year, Revanta Buddha 60,000 year. In this sense, we are having at least 8 Buddhas who lived more than 1 lakh year. At least 5 Buddha who lived more than 90,000 years. So that is a very complex question, how a person, that is human being, can live more than 1 lakh year, and is not only one but 8, and some 90,000, and at least 4 or 5 are more than 60 years, and there is not even a single Buddha that lived less than 9,000 years, and at least 4 Buddhas date or the time year of life is not mentioned. So one can criticize how a person can live 1 lakh years. But that question is how. But Bhagwan Das went one step ahead. He defined even the caste of Buddhas. At least 20 Buddhas are mentioned by him Kshatriya, at least 3 as Brahmin. And if we go by the Brahmin, then Kakusanda Buddha, Kongyam Buddha, and Kasyapa Buddha. These are mentioned as Brahmin, and Siddhartha is also mentioned Kshatriya. So this caste question is more important. Everyone is looking for caste, and that caste question doesn't stop here. Even the caste of Ravan is also mentioned. He is again a Brahmin. So one of the main question or the main research of Indian scholar remains to find the caste. But that caste is just a simple thing. The main politics is how this caste question become identity of something. The claim of Dalit scholar is that, especially Sambhuk Anmol, that by the identity of terming Valmiki as Brahmin, higher class are taking talent of Dalit into their bucket. This is how Sambhuk is saying that these people trying to show that right of education or intelligentsia is reserved to only one community. If someone from other community is coming, then they will say, that is to quote the word of Sambhuk, they will come with the words that same person was born from a Brahmin mother but unmarried. That is why they left the boy into the jungle, and from there some lower caste people raised the boy and he become a talent, and later on so on. And such kind of things happen several other way. The controversy apart from the major in the life of major characters or the poets always happened. Another example is of Kalidas. Some scholar believes that he is a shepherd by caste or community, and there is nothing available on the life, or very less available on the life of Kalidasa. And once there is less things or matter available on the life of a writer, then it is easy for other people to include that person in their caste system. Same happened with Buddha, same happened with Valmiki, same happened with Ved Vyas, and same happened with other scholars also, other poets including Kalidasa also. But if we go with the upper caste like Tulsidas, maximum of detail of his life are available. So that become a hunt or the identity kind of politics, and such kind of politics leads even to the court cases. And one can take example of Prague. a notebook that published in that is in Punjab for class 7 or might be 6 class students, that give the life narrative of Valmiki, that how he was a looter, and how he was a criminal, and later on a sage advised him, and it also mentioned his birth from so and so. And that is why some people of Valmiki community went to court for saying that this group or this textbook is disrespecting their legend. And other people to come with the support, and they use Vedas and other, especially Puranas, and they prove that this Valmiki is from Brahmin caste, and this is how the court case ended. And if we go to this scenario, we find that to find the caste of Valmiki is one of the most complex question. And this is how and where the identity politics work. If we look at from all things how intelligentsia created a conspiracy or a problem about the caste, but if scholars are writing and there are protests and they are moving to court, that is not a good precedent, at least regarding things. As Mao says, if people are not coming to conclusion and moving to court, that could not lead, because if something is forced on people by law, that cannot sustain for a long time. Allah cannot force people to follow a religion or some ideas that is not there. And in fact, the caste of Valmiki is related to the heart and mind of people. There are people, especially from Valmiki caste, who are celebrating birthday of Valmiki as their guru, and it happened everywhere. And no one is coming forward to celebrate it by saying that he was a Brahmin and so on. But that question is less popular among the common people about the caste of Valmiki. Lower caste people or Valmiki community people already know that they are Valmiki is their guru. That conspiracy is limited only to academia, who belongs to whom, and this is how the narrative is told. This is how the discourse is started. So discourse is already started, who belong to which community. In fact, we can say that it is a literary conspiracy to steal the identity of someone. If a person belong to other community and he or she is included in another caste, that is again a kind of literary theft, and such type of literary theft often seen in Haryana. There is a Valmiki poet, Dayachand Maina, a lower caste poor people living in Rohtak district of Haryana. He is a folk writer, was a folk writer because he is already dead now. He wrote one of the most important poetry of Haryana folk culture. But today, at least 30 of his famous poems are stolen by the upper caste poet. And these are published by the name of Meher Singh. This is not only about the poetry of Meher Singh or Dayachand Maina, but also how the talent is stolen. Similarly, talking about the caste of Valmiki is similar like stolen the talent of community. On one hand, upper caste are stealing the poetry of Dayachand Maina on a smaller level, but on a larger level, talent, even the full poet is stolen, his caste is stolen. That is how the conspiracy work, and this is how we can check our people or others. The solution does not lie with the court. The real solution is by the writing. The more you write, the more sources other or the future generation will have. It might possible that today it is hard for researcher to reach at the understanding about the caste of Valmiki. But if we are writing regularly on the caste or the other missing aspect, then it might possible that in the future might be 20 years or 100 years later, scholar will come to know about these things. So instead of conspiracy or other things, as a scholar I could only say that we should move to write about the thing instead of creating conspiracy from which caste these point to which caste Valmiki belongs. It is a question of religious sentiment too, so commenting on this would be hard. So it would be better if we just write more. As a scholar, writing is the enlightenment, not for us but also for the future generation. So with this I would end, and let's say thank you, take care.